Have you ever wondered what truly happens to a man's body when he refrains from release over a long period? This may not be something you've spent much time thinking about, after all. Seems like a simple, natural thing. But you might be surprised to learn that this simple act, or the lack of it, can lead to profound changes within the body. Our bodies possess their own unique intelligence. They adapt, they transform, and sometimes, they even reveal secrets that take years, perhaps a lifetime, to understand. Today, I'm here to share one of those mysteries with you. But first, let me tell you this. Nothing happens without a reason. Whether you're curious about the ways this practice might impact your health, your emotional well-being, or even your deeper connections, this video will guide you through. The answers might astonish you. So, stay with me until the end. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to join us on this journey of discovery. Let's dive in and uncover the wisdom hidden within the depths of our bodies. Wisdom that has stood the test of time, passed down from generation to generation. Now, let's get started. Imagine with me for a moment. A man decides to go weeks, maybe even months, without releasing. What's really happening inside his body during this time? Is the fluid simply vanishing? Or is something else, something more complex, taking place? There are many stories shared by men who've experienced this firsthand. Some describe a powerful shift in energy, heightened focus, and even a sensation of growing inner strength. A friend of mine, for instance, mentioned feeling as if he had more mental stamina for demanding tasks, almost like he was channeling his usual physical energy into mental projects. But on the other hand, I've also heard accounts of frustration, irritability, and sometimes unexpected health issues. It's a natural question. Could holding back for long periods actually be dangerous? To answer this, let's remember one key thing. In the human body, nothing is ever created without purpose. Every process, every reaction, has a role, even something as natural as releasing. So what happens if we avoid this instinctive action? Does the body start to build up this fluid, waiting for that right moment to let it go? Or does it have another method of handling the accumulation? Think about it this way: the male body constantly produces sperm. It's not something you can switch off or slow down. So, if the production continues but there's no release, how does the body cope? Does it simply adapt? Or could this lead to an internal buildup of pressure? Some theories suggest that the body can actually reabsorb semen in a remarkable process, turning unused cells back into energy and nutrients. Just as plants shed old leaves to make way for new growth, the body seems to recycle what it doesn't need at the moment, reabsorbing and repurposing the nutrients. A friend who practices regular meditation mentioned how, in his experience, this recycling process often led to a surprising sense of clarity, almost like his body was redirecting unused energy toward focus and mindfulness. For some, this biological repurposing could contribute to the sense of heightened awareness that many report. Other theories look at the hormonal impact and possible changes in mental or physical states, which could explain why different people experience such varied effects during periods of retention. One of the lesser-known effects is something many men experience after long periods of retention: a particular ache or heaviness in the scrotum, colloquially known as blue balls, or medically as epididymal hypertension. It's similar to how muscles may feel tense after strenuous use, indicating a readiness for action. This sensation is the body's way of signaling that it's prepared for release. But it's essentially harmless and doesn't affect reproductive health if release doesn't happen. The human body is astonishingly resilient and adaptable. If release doesn't occur, it has a way to recycle and repurpose what it doesn't need. When sperm isn't expelled, the body initiates a fascinating biological process called apoptosis, or programmed cell death. Through apoptosis, cells are broken down and absorbed back into the body to support new cell creation. This internal recycling process maintains balance and ensures the body functions optimally, even if ejaculation doesn't happen regularly. Isn't it remarkable to think that our bodies are constantly renewing, adapting, and balancing? Even without our conscious input, the body has its own wisdom, capable of handling changes without missing a beat. Just like a river constantly reshapes its path, our bodies find ways to sustain harmony, redirecting and repurposing energy to adapt to our choices and rhythms. So, if you've ever wondered what truly happens when you abstain for a while, the answer is more intricate than you might think. Our bodies have a way of keeping things in check, a natural wisdom that carries on, ensuring health and stability. Now, let's address a crucial point. While scientific research on long-term retention may still be limited, there's currently no major study that conclusively links prolonged abstinence from ejaculation to any serious harm to men's sexual or reproductive health. What may be affected, however, is psychological well-being. For men who are accustomed to a more active sexual lifestyle, holding back can bring emotional discomfort, feelings of restlessness, anxiety, or even frustration. But in truth, this has much more to do with how each individual manages their sexual energy and the psychological effects of reduced sexual activity. To illustrate, imagine a man in his 50s who is used to expressing his sexual energy frequently. For him, stepping back from that might feel unsettling. Even if his body adapts, the emotional adjustment, the need to mentally switch gears, can be challenging. In a way, it's similar to the feeling an athlete might experience during a recovery period. There's a sense of pent-up energy without an immediate outlet. This speaks to how closely our mental state is linked to our habits, and changing those habits can initially create discomfort. You might have also heard someone claim, "If you don't use it, you lose it." While this is an exaggeration, there is a grain of truth here. Let's clarify. This idea doesn't mean the act of abstaining from ejaculation will directly lead to physical decline. But, when a person goes for extended periods without any sexual stimulation, be it from intimacy or self-care, it's possible, over time, for some degree of penile atrophy or even a slight reduction in size to occur. Consider a man in his later years who has become less active. Just as muscles weaken when left unused, prolonged inactivity in this area can lead to physical changes. However, this isn't a cause for alarm, as it can be prevented with simple exercises that maintain pelvic health. Here's an analogy. Think of pelvic floor exercises like a maintenance routine for the body, similar to how you might stretch or take a walk to keep joints limber. Engaging in pelvic floor therapy, for example, is a fantastic way to promote circulation and oxygenation to the area, supporting vascular health and ensuring everything stays in top shape. Regular physical engagement of this kind, even if it doesn't involve ejaculation, keeps the tissues healthy and responsive, helping to prevent potential issues in the future. The human body is highly adaptable and resilient. Whether a man chooses to abstain or remain active, there are ways to ensure long-term health without compromising comfort or well-being. It's a reminder of how interconnected our physical and mental health are, and how taking a balanced approach can foster both resilience and vitality over time. Another fascinating aspect is that the frequency of a man's ejaculation is not a direct indicator of his sexual health. In other words, how often someone releases doesn't define their physiological strength or fertility. Our bodies, both male and female, are complex, adaptive systems capable of adjusting to a wide variety of circumstances, with sexuality being just one piece of this intricate puzzle. Interestingly, for some people, periods of abstinence can even enhance certain mental benefits, such as improved focus and a surge in energy. But it's essential to recognize that these potential benefits vary widely from person to person. There's no one-size-fits-all guideline when it comes to sexual frequency or periods of abstinence. However, we should also consider the extremes. Extended periods of sexual inactivity, without any form of genital stimulation, can sometimes have physical impacts. Without regular activity, like sexual activity or self-stimulation, there can be a gradual decline in blood flow to the area, which may, over time, impact the surrounding muscles. Yet, such consequences are not inevitable. They can be easily prevented with pelvic floor strengthening exercises. Picture it this way. Think of your body like a finely tuned machine that performs best when each part receives proper attention, just as you would occasionally run the engine of a car that's sitting unused. Engaging in small routines, like basic exercises to stimulate blood flow in the pelvic area, can help keep everything running smoothly. Pelvic floor exercises, which help maintain blood circulation and muscle tone, are a great example of this. Ultimately, knowing your body's specific needs and finding the balance that feels best for you is key. Every individual is unique, and achieving a harmonious balance between physical and mental well-being is essential. Like many aspects of life, our bodies thrive when given a bit of both structure and freedom, guided by what genuinely feels healthy and sustainable. We've explored the effects of long periods of abstinence. But what about the opposite extreme, the impact of frequent physical intimacy? Too much of a good thing can present its own set of challenges. Both absence and excess come with their unique hurdles, which is why finding the right balance for you and your body is essential. Imagine, for example, that someone is in a highly active period of physical intimacy without giving their body sufficient time to rest. This level of stimulation can lead to minor physical discomforts, like skin irritation or sensitivity, and sometimes even mild internal strain. While these effects are usually temporary, if the body isn't given a chance to recover, that discomfort can build up over time. On a deeper level, constantly pursuing this form of pleasure can sometimes result in emotional imbalance, making satisfaction harder to reach and reducing the joy of the experience itself. The paradox is that as the body becomes accustomed to frequent stimulation, it may require even more to reach the same level of pleasure, potentially diminishing the quality of those intimate moments. This shows how the body's response can adapt to both scarcity and abundance, highlighting that a balanced approach is often the healthiest. Consider a musician who loves playing the guitar. They might practice for hours a day, feeling exhilarated, but they also know that to maintain their technique and avoid injury, rest is just as essential as practice. Their hands need time to recover, just as our bodies do after periods of heightened physical intimacy. Without that rest, the quality of their music and their enjoyment of it could suffer. This brings us back to the importance of self-awareness and respect for our individual needs. What works for one person might not be ideal for another. Some people feel comfortable with high levels of physical intimacy, while others may need more downtime to feel recharged and at ease. Paying attention to your body and honoring its signals is a powerful form of self-care. And remember, there's no single right way to approach this. Whether you lean towards a more active routine or prioritize moments of rest, the key is understanding what feels genuinely fulfilling for you. Ultimately, these experiences should be sources of joy and happiness. Embrace what feels balanced for you, as that's the path to a healthier, more satisfying life. In all areas of life, especially in matters of personal pleasure, balance is essential. When we start to feel discomfort or pressure, it's often a sign that we need to reevaluate our approach to keep both our body and mind in harmony. Recognizing these signals might seem challenging, especially amid conflicting information from all directions. Yet, self-awareness is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves. Consider, for instance, a man in his 50s who is passionate about maintaining an active and fulfilling sex life. He may push himself to engage frequently in intimate activities, believing that more is always better. However, if he ignores his body's signals for rest and recovery, his physical well-being may start to deteriorate. The pressure to keep up may eventually lead to physical discomfort, emotional fatigue, and even a decrease in pleasure. The lesson here? Finding a healthy balance between activity and rest is key to sustaining both sexual vitality and overall well-being. Another aspect to remember is that emotional health goes hand in hand with physical well-being. True fulfillment comes from nurturing a connection between body, mind, and spirit. Respecting your own pace without the pressures imposed by outside standards fosters a profound form of self-care. Over time, our bodies accumulate wisdom, and listening to this wisdom is key to maintaining our own balance. Here's a gentle reminder that's helped me along my journey, and it might guide you on yours. Tune into your body and learn to recognize the signals it sends. If you start to feel fatigued or worn out, that might be a cue to pause and rest. Practice moderation and seek a healthy balance between activity and relaxation. Neither excessive indulgence nor total abstinence will serve you best in the long run. Prioritize emotional health, too, as mental well-being is just as vital as physical health. Engage in activities that promote both happiness and peace of mind. This way, You'll find a sustainable balance that enriches your life and brings joy to every step of your journey. Effective communication in intimate relationships is the cornerstone of a fulfilling partnership. Being open with your partner about your needs and desires is essential for creating a satisfying experience for both of you. But communication goes beyond words. It extends to understanding the nonverbal cues and emotional signals that often speak louder than anything said aloud. In nurturing a deep connection, it's crucial to ensure that both your physical and emotional needs are acknowledged. At the same time, investing time in self-care is equally vital. A routine that includes regular exercise, mindfulness practices like meditation, or engaging in hobbies can be a transformative way to maintain balance, physically and emotionally. These practices offer a reset, allowing you to come back to your partner with renewed energy and presence. It's also important to remember that what works for you today may not always work tomorrow. Life is dynamic, and so are your needs and desires. Being open to experimenting with new approaches to intimacy allows you to evolve without judgment, helping you embrace change as part of your journey. Flexibility, rather than rigid expectations, will lead you to a deeper understanding of your body and emotional world. This is where educating yourself about sexual health becomes an empowering tool. Understanding both the emotional and physical aspects of intimacy provides you with a strong foundation to foster a rich, fulfilling connection with your partner. If at any point you feel challenged, physically or emotionally, seeking help from health professionals can offer guidance. Intimacy, however, isn't confined to physical interaction alone. It's the emotional and psychological bond that truly strengthens the foundation of any relationship. Expressing affection, sharing meaningful conversations, and enjoying each other's company in a nurturing, non-sexual context can be just as enriching. Intimacy is about the quality of the connection, not just the act. That's why patience is crucial in both the journey of self-discovery and relationship building. Allow yourself the time to understand your body, its rhythms, and its desires. Recognizing that this process is continuous and that change is inevitable will help you approach your needs with a sense of grace. Be patient with yourself and your partner as you navigate this evolving landscape together. Throughout this journey, gratitude becomes an often underestimated but transformative practice. Appreciating the experiences, both positive and challenging, fosters a mindset that is open to growth and resilience. Gratitude shifts your perception of difficult situations, making them feel more manageable. In relationships, it deepens the connection and builds a stronger sense of partnership. As you continue to build empathy with your partner, it strengthens your emotional closeness. Understanding each other's vulnerabilities creates a safe space where both of you can express your feelings without fear of judgment. Empathy is the bridge that connects hearts, allowing for authentic, fulfilling intimacy. Embrace your own imperfections and those of your partner. It's through vulnerability that real connections are made. At the same time, life unfolds in the present moment, and too often, we get lost in thoughts of the past or future. Learning to be fully present, whether through deep breathing or simply appreciating your partner's touch, can transform your experience of life and love. The beauty lies in being aware and engaged with the moment, fully experiencing each sensation, each emotion, as it comes. In doing so, we allow ourselves to step outside of our worries and truly embrace what life offers us now. Curiosity is another important element. A curious mind is a vibrant mind. Keep exploring what brings you joy, not just in intimacy but across all areas of life. Curiosity adds excitement and richness to your relationships and to your personal growth. Allow yourself to step outside of your comfort zone and try new things, whether in the bedroom or in broader life experiences. This kind of exploration fosters self-discovery, keeping the relationship dynamic and fulfilling. Investing in meaningful relationships is also key to maintaining a balanced life. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, share your values, and inspire your growth. When you invest in healthy connections, you cultivate a support system that can help you weather life's challenges and celebrate its joys. Healthy relationships are like gardens. They require nurturing and care to thrive. Dedicate yourself to nourishing these connections, and they will bloom in ways you can't imagine. Finally, Staying active is essential for both your body and mind. Our bodies are designed to move, and regular physical activity benefits not only your physical health, but also your mental well-being. Finding an exercise routine that you enjoy will naturally become a source of joy, rather than a chore. Whether it's yoga, cycling, or dancing, staying active enhances your mood, builds self-esteem, and supports overall wellness. Remember that love is not simply a fleeting emotion. It is an ongoing practice, a commitment we make each day. True love isn't about waiting for feelings to emerge. It's about choosing to act with kindness, patience, and understanding, regardless of the circumstances. Every gesture of love, no matter how small, strengthens the foundation of our lives and relationships, weaving a bond that grows with time. Each word shared, each moment of care, is an invitation to connect more deeply with ourselves and others. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What does love mean to you? And how do you practice it in your life? Let's create a space for dialogue, where we can learn from one another and expand our perspectives. If this video resonated with you, and you found value in what I shared, I invite you to like and subscribe. Every like and subscription helps us spread this wisdom further, reaching more hearts and minds. And hey, why not share this video with friends or family? You never know who might benefit from the insights shared here. Be sure to stay tuned for an upcoming video that will dive deeper into how you can align more harmoniously with your body and life. Just click the link on your screen to explore more. Remember, knowledge is the key to a fuller, happier life. See you next time.